Hi everyone. No.
Yeah.
Welcome to another podcast of I Am You by yours truly, Kaya Star. And
What an adventure. I'm Rainbow,
Yes.
Rainbow G, or Angie Rainbow G.
so we just had a lot of bloopers just now. And we're gonna try to get ourselves together.
We're just landing.
Yeah, we're just landing.
Landing the
So
ship.
why is this thing on top of my head? It's gonna bother me. But okay, I'm just gonna
We're flowing. This is organic.
It's 100% organic.
Yes.
I usually tell people this before I interview that I don't edit. So like if you don't want to answer anything, just say you don't want to answer it, or say, you know, if
Okay,
you don't
good.
want people to know what you're gonna say,
Okay.
don't say it, because I'm not gonna take it out. All right?
It's just raw and unfiltered.
Unfiltered. And we are right now at
We're at La Faena in
Miami Beach, La Faena.
A beautiful venue.
It's lovely.
It's
So
the vibe.
it took me 3 hours to drive down here. This almost didn't happen because I was going to cancel. I wasn't feeling well, but I woke up like, okay, let's go. I'm like, Angie,
Do it!
Rainbow, I'm here.
Oh,
So
yay.
we just gotta when the moment's there, the moment's there. You gotta seize the moment. Talking about seizing
Yes.
the moment. So I know you as, for me, divine feminine, tantric woman, okay? So I met Angie G at an Earth Tantric
Yes.
event, day. It was a full day.
Yeah.
It literally, we went till the night.
Yeah.
So the full day.
That's so fun.
And we started off when I walked in the door of where she's living. It's a temple. What's the
Yeah.
name of this temple?
The Ascension Sanctuary in North Miami.
Ascension Sanctuary.
Yes, the Royal
So-
Star Seeds Ascension Sanctuary.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into that. I walk in and she's doing this tantric
Earth
yoga,
Tantra,
Earth
yes.
Tantra class.
Oh, we're doing that's the day of the event, and then we were doing yoga when you came.
Yeah,
in.
I was.
Yeah.
You're doing yoga.
Yeah.
So this podcast, if you guys don't already know, is for people who are doing what they love and love what they do and make space for their talents. So I like to share those talents with you, so you can chime in and you can know where these people's events are at. I am you means we're one. I believe that we're all connected as divine beings here living, and we have a connection with each other, and there's more similarities than there is differences. So that's what I like to bring to the table. But I want to introduce Rainbow G, Angie, and let her tell you what it is that she does. I mean, I just know her as Tantra,
Absolutely.
and what does Tantra even mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to share with your audience. I'm Angie Rainbow G. I'm a regenerative lifestylist, and I love different practices that help to regenerate our life force energy, and also that help to regenerate the life force energy of the planet. So that's what my work is about.
So that's why it's with the body and with the earth.
With the earth.
So that's why it's the dual.
Yeah, because the body and the earth, we are one.
We're connected.
We are the extensions of the earth. So we're like the hands and the feet of the earth.
And the earth extends
Yes.
underground with the roots. I mean, they communicate with each other. So we are literally extending out of the earth, just as plants extend out of the earth.
Correct.
So you said you also do, oh gosh, I just put the music louder. So hopefully you can hear us over all this. There's a lot going on around us. There's a pool jam over here. There's a massage whole, what did you call this event going on behind
There's
us?
the Miami Massage Championship is happening by my purpose partner Rico Chorito, and it's an incredible weekend. And right now we have massages and sound healings and all sorts of things.
And
going
onto
on.
the
So
right side of us, there's the beach.
we're multitasking.
So you have the beach, pool party, and a massage going on.
Yes.
So-
yes, and all of this is part of a regenerative lifestyle.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Absolutely.
What does regenerative
Absolutely.
mean? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm sure, for layman
Yes.
people, how else would you express
Yeah, so
regenerative?
regeneration is the process of making new again, of renewing, revitalizing. It's when something is getting old or bent out of shape, it's spunking it back up into life.
So it's like a new time and a new entering of a new time.
Yes.
And reviving, letting go of the things that passed and reviving those things that we did need from the past, reviving those and creating new ones.
Correct.
Would you say
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I like to say Tantra is a science, and it's an art, and it's a practice of navigating consciousness through breath, through sound, through movement. And we have different practices within Tantra. We have yoga practices. Yoga practices are tantric practices. We have body work practices where one person is working on another person to help move energy. It's all about moving energy. And it's moving energy in the direction of ascension. So that is what I can say. What I can express more of is, what is this pathway of ascension? We can imagine that in our body we have a superhighway, okay? And so this superhighway is coming from the base of the spine, right? Our sacral and our root, and it's ascending up our heart center into the crown of the head.
This just feels good to do,
And
honestly.
So, literally, this is our ascension pathway, right?
Yeah.
And so in Tantra, everything that we do, whether we're doing yoga and breath work and meditation, or we're doing body work practices to help move the energy, is we're wanting the energy, the biological energy, to move up this pathway so that it can ascend. Because when the energy ascends, it's able to regenerate the body, the organs. It's able to renew, bring more life force energy into all of the glands, the endocrine glands. We work very deeply with these glands because they are connected to our energy generators. The energy generators are like wheels of life. I want you to imagine when you go out camping and you're in your RV and you have an electric generator, right? And that electric generator helps you to generate energy so that you can turn on the lights, so that you can go ahead and do all of your different things that you need to do with that energy. Our energy generators are known as chakras, and it means a wheel of life because it's a generator that generates electricity in the body, right? So with Tantra, everything that we're doing is we're wanting to spin that wheel. We're wanting to increase the spin of electrons of those wheels so that those wheels can move more efficiently and produce more energy so that we have more vitality, so that we have more clarity, we have more focus, more capacity to feel good in our body, to feel happy, to feel joyful, to feel alive, to feel bright. That is why we practice Tantra.
I love hearing that because it makes sense, right? Your lymphatic system cleans out the bad stuff in your blood. So it goes into your lymphatic system that clears it out. So if you're stagnant, like if water's stagnant, that's not good water to drink. So if your body and energy is stagnant, you're not going to feel good. And you're not going to project anything good as well.
That's right.
So what's going on in us, we're pushing out of us all the time. So keeping that energy moving. And you said chakras, so like, what are chakras? A lot of people don't know, and what do they mean?
So like I was saying just now, they're energetic generators. They actually help to support you in generating more of the energy that you need to feel good in your life. And we have 7 of them. I mean, at least 7 main ones that we are most familiar with. Of course, we have many more because there are different systems that teach us about more chakras than 7.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like if you look at the Peruvian system or the Tibetan system, there's like chakras everywhere. Actually, we have chakras in the center.
So what does the word chakra mean?
It means a wheel of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it is. It's a wheel of life that when it's mobilizing and it's spinning in the right direction and it's healthy and it's bright, you're gonna feel motivated. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna feel ready to go. If your chakras are turned off or they're stagnant or the energy of them are weak, you're gonna feel like, I don't even want to get up.
You're gonna feel like I felt last night. My chakras were not moving. They were, so I sit for most of my time in my day job, and that stagnation,
that will completely block the chakras.
Right.
I feel it too when I'm sitting and working long hours on my computer. I feel my chakras are just like, they're not moving.
And you can feel it throughout your whole body.
Yeah.
And it affects other systems in your body.
Right.
So like it will attack a different one of your other chakras. So you said there's 7 main ones. What are those 7 main ones?
Yeah, so we have, starting with the root chakra. So the root chakra is an energy center that is at the base of your spine. So
it'd be located.
It's related to the perennial point, also the testicles for men, and for women, the yoni, what we understand also as the vagina. And it's
Yoni, vagina. Did you guys hear that?
It's very connected to the reproductive organs because it's the earth's energy.
That's why it's called the root.
That's why it's called the root.
Are in the earth.
So it's literally the roots of your energetic tree of life. That's what I like to say. You know, we have an energetic tree of life, and the foundation of this tree is at the roots. So all of our genitals are connected to the roots, and it even connects even lower into the legs and even down into the feet. So that's why the feet have so many nerve endings. And when we're doing body work, we really work the magic of the feet to open up those roots and to open up those pathways so that more energy can move upward.
So we have the root, and then what's after that?
Yeah. So then after the root, we have the sacral chakra. So keep in mind each chakra is associated with an element, and a color, and even a sound. So yeah.
So is that why they do sound baths? Is it activating chakra?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And we can do a little meditation after this with all the sounds. But the sacral chakra is the one right above the earth, and it's basically stemming from the belly button, and it wraps around the belly and the hips.
So easy way for me to remember that is like, this is your sacred place. Like when you get that gut feeling and you feel it right here. Yeah. It's like a sacred. It's like a sacred language to you. Like when you feel that, it's like your body's talking to you about something. So it's an easy way for me to I have to code things to remember them.
Yeah.
So roots means like the roots, sacral,
it's your sacred sensual center.
Yeah.
Because it's connected to the water element, and it's connected to the creative realm of feeling. It's very much about feeling and emotion. Also, our emotions. When we know something, we know it from the gut.
It's like the other heart. It's like the other heart to me. It's like, and also, it's a part of your digestive system. So, like you said, water. Yeah. Your digestion system is so affected if you're not hydrated. You will feel it instantly in your patterns of using the bathroom, and you're gonna feel it in that gut area.
Yeah. And you can imagine that your pelvis is like a bowl, and so this bowl is holding the sacral region, which is all of your pelvic region, and this is your sacral center, and that holds everything. That holds all of your organs, right? What you're talking about, your stomach and all the pipes, all the tubing, right? All of your plumbing system, because that is where that's happening in this region. And it's also very connected to our capacity to feel like what we're doing on earth feels good for us. That's good for our sacral center. Okay. If you're frustrated about what you're doing and you don't feel creatively alive, that blocks your sacral center.
Oh, okay.
The same thing as what blocks your root is if you don't feel safe.
Oh.
So if you feel stressed or worried about where you're living, or the people around you who you're living with, because that's your earth realm.
It will affect your root.
Your root. If you feel like you don't have enough funds for your basic needs, that will definitely block your root as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went from root to sacral, and
then the solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Yeah. And you know, there's even different mantras. So solar plexus.
This is feeling so good, honestly.
Find
just
it
touching.
right in here, right in this little inside of the.
Right into the bridge
of the there's a name for this.
Sternum?
Like tip of the tongue, the sternum.
The sternum, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is our solar plexus. And the solar plexus, it's like an internal fire. And this internal fire is golden and is radiating with energy, and it wants us to go out and accomplish our dreams. It wants us to have confidence, and it wants us to say yes to life, and it wants us to say yes to what's hard and challenging, and we're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that. It wants us to say yes.
So when that's activated, you have more of a drive to do and to say yes.
It'll give you the fire to accomplish your ambition.
That's nice.
Yeah, if your solar plexus is blocked, you'll feel your fire is dampened, and you'll feel like you just don't have the will, you don't have the drive, you don't have the energy. You rather sit in the couch and watch TV and eat potato chips.
I'm feeling like I'm getting all my chakras activated just hearing about them and knowing what they're for.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's like a light bulb going off and flickering and saying, oh, now you know, like, you know, it's activating it, just hearing it.
So if that's happening to you, if you're dampened, if your fire is dampened and you're in the couch and you're just, you know, eating or having these unhealthy addictions that kind of just distract you from life, then what you want to do to enliven your inner fire is you want to do practices that activate your inner fire. So you want to work out, you want to go out, you want to get exercise, you want to burn calories, go out for a walk, for a jog, go do some hot yoga, go sweat, go to a HIIT class, you know, activate the fire, go to get an instructor that's like, oh yeah, come on, let's do it. And like whatever you do, even when your fire wants to go down, just get yourself out of there and go somewhere where it'll get activated. Even outside in the sun, just go outside and do yoga in the sunlight. That will activate your
and it makes sense because the solar plexus is the bottom of your lungs. So as you're moving, you're breathing more, and that transfer of air is moving.
Yes.
So when you have more air in your body, you're more energized to say yes to things.
Absolutely. You know, in the morning when I wake up and, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with this. In the morning, you have a little ache here and a little pain there, and kind of things just feel like, oh, wow. So you just get outside. The first thing I do in the morning, I get outside and I start moving my body. I start breathing with the sunlight, and then we even have mantras. We have mantras for the sun that help us to cultivate more of those solar energies within ourselves. And after I'm done with that, I'm ready to rock it. I'm ready to work on my content. I'm ready to work on my retreats. I'm ready to, like, you know, talk to clients. I'm ready to book sessions. I'm ready to make my smoothie, and I'm ready to take care of my life, right?
So she's very busy. You're a very busy woman.
I am.
And you love what you do. You love teaching Tantra. You
Absolutely.
love doing body work. So and so then your solar plexus must be very activated because you have to say,
I work on it. I have to work on it because if I left it up to my lower self would just roll around in bed all day and eat sweets or something, you know. But my inner fire is like, nah, come on, let's go. It's time to go.
Her inner fire. I was drawing on her inner fire this morning because I was like, okay, Kaya, you have a goal, so like, you gotta get moving, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then so we have solar, and what's
so then we have our heart. Our heart chakra is our expansion of the center of the chest, and you can imagine this as an emerald green forest, and it's connected to the air element.
Emerald green.
Air element, yes.
Green.
Yes. The earth chakra is the earth is like the heart chakra, the forest, like the Amazon, those are the lungs of the planet, right? So it's connected to our lungs.
Beautiful.
It's connected to our breath. It's connected to our capacity to feel expansive and to feel love, because it's heart energy, and forgiveness, love, compassion, empathy, acceptance. Those are all connected to the heart chakra. So, there's a lot of different things you can do with the heart chakra. You can do heart opening posture. So I like to lift the center of the chest and open the arms and open your chest.
And don't fall into the bushes.
Yes. So that's what I like to do, especially
that feels really good.
Feels really good.
That stretches.
Yeah.
It feels really, really good.
Because you know what happens sometimes? We're doing this. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And that is really bad for your heart chakra, is closing it, right? So you need to do the opposite thing. I like to have yoga swings, and I go and I lean back on my yoga swing, and it undoes that, right?
Yeah.
So it's expansion.
And when you do that, like that little stress, when you do that, your continence is like higher, and it
the
raises
energy ascends.
Right, and it raises your structure and the way you sit,
and your structure. That's right.
Like your confidence automatically, you put your shoulders back, your confidence just feels a lot better.
Exactly. So even if you catch yourself and you're sitting and you're slouching, like I just caught myself. I was slouching and I could feel it, right? So I'm like, oh wait, okay, we're talking about the heart. It's time to lift it up, right?
Yeah.
So always just catch yourself and lift your heart, open your shoulders back, chin parallel to the floor. This is already bringing my energy up, right?
I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
And then after the heart, I think is...
Yeah, the heart, and then there's the throat. One thing I want to say before we move from the heart, what blocks the heart is holding grudges.
Oh.
Yeah, so if
I would think jealousy would too, right?
Jealousy, absolutely. You're in a relationship and you have a lot of fights or a lot of bickering, that closes the heart. If you have family dynamics that are toxic, then that will close the heart. If you have a relationship with anybody at work and you feel like, it's me against the world, that will close your heart.
And this feeling can be different for every person. What I may not feel is toxic, someone else may be in that environment and feel closed off. So you have to pay attention to how you're feeling and evaluate that, what that feeling is.
Yes.
Like if you feel like your heart is, I call it like the song, like Matters of the Heart.
Yeah.
Matters of the Heart, it really is matters with the heart. It really deals with that heart chakra. So holding grudges, how would you say, then you would say the way to undo that is like make peace?
So making peace.
Or getting out of that environment completely?
There's a saying that I like to say, and it's love begins with acceptance. And so a lot of the time it's accepting who you are, accepting yourself first, accepting the people that are around you, but knowing that even though you might accept them and forgive them, you don't have to be around them. You could make a choice to say, you know what, I accept you as you are. I'm no longer trying to change you. I'm no longer trying to manipulate or somehow alter you to my idea of what my perception of you should be. Rather, I'm going to remove myself from this space, from your space, from this environment, and I'm going to surround myself with more positive environment, with more aligned people that actually can support my heart and feeling more expansive.
So it's all about loving yourself, because if you're not doing that work for yourself, that body work, even if someone works on you and you go and leave and you still have these grudges,
absolutely,
that problem's still going to be there. It'll be relieved for a moment, but it'll still be there.
Yeah.
So acceptance does come first.
You got to do the inner work. Yeah. You got to do the inner work.
And then after,
so then is the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is connected to our thyroid glands, and the thyroid glands are also within this region. And so what we want to do for the throat, to open the throat, is we want to practice speaking our truth. A lot of the times if we repress our thoughts, and we repress what our views or our perceptions are, because we don't want to bother someone else, or we don't want to like
be rejected, or
right,
not have the friends that you have, and if they don't agree with what you're saying,
that will close the throat.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. And if you're just like consistently swallowing your emotions, that will close.
Wow.
So
and I wouldn't think that holding back your truth would have anything to do with your voice. But it does.
Yes, yeah. And so you gotta practice how to voice, like put it out there, you know, even if it's uncomfortable. But really express what you feel. You can learn how to express challenging subjects or matters or situations in a compassionate way,
in a loving way,
in a non-violent way, but still raw and direct and expressive of what your true feelings and thoughts are.
Okay. I love all of this that I'm hearing. I want to get into some deeper stuff, but we have another chakra to.
Yeah, we have the third eye that's connected to your pineal gland, and that's your of intuition. This one, so this is green, blue, and violet, and this is connected to your higher self.
Your higher self.
Seat of the soul, right? And the pineal gland is the gland that's shaped like a pine cone, and when it gets activated in your brain, you can have visions. You can, see the cosmos. You can see spirals. You can see colors.
Okay.
See different things that are very ethereal, because it's connected to the ethereal realm, the ethereal element.
And that is very interesting for me, because my colors have always been blue and purple, like colors that I see, colors that I resonate with, and my voice is, I'm a singer, so like my voice is a really major thing in my life,
right?
And I'm a seer, like in the spiritual realm, so like that would make a lot of sense to why blue and purple are like very magnified for me.
Yeah.
Like just the color alone.
Because you operate a lot in those realms, right? Yeah.
So, but operating in those realms, sometimes I forget the other realms. So the whole body works together.
In Tantra, you want to reach for balance, where they're all working together, and the root and the sacral and the fire have a lot of power, and so what we want to do is we want to activate that power, and then we want to move that power up to propel the energy and give even more power to our higher centers. So,
and then
we're consistently pulling the energy.
Do we have one here?
We have the crown.
The crown.
Yeah, so the crown is the flower. It's the lotus flower, right?
I love that.
Yes, and they say it's when your pineal gland opens and your third eye is completely flowering open, then it expands into the crown, and then your whole crown is open, and that's bliss. It's nirvana. It's the it's the satori. It's the bliss state.
I'm thinking a lot of serotonin is activated during that.
Oh yeah. A lot of serotonin.
It sounds orgasmic.
It's a spiritual orgasm. Yeah, it's a spiritual orgasm.
And I don't mean to cut you off,
are gorgeous,
but that's what a lot of people hear the word tantra and they automatically go to sex. They automatically go to sexuality, and they think that it's a sexual position. That's what they think. I've never heard anyone explain it the way you did, that it's more, I don't even know.
Tantra, we have sexual teachings in Tantra, and it comprises about 10% of the fullness of the teachings. Tantra is almost like a school of life and of understanding. And within that school of life and understanding, you have different subjects. You can have the subjects of sound, the Tantra of sound, the Tantra of astrology. You can have the Tantra of foods, different foods, Ayurveda, and the Tantra of yoga, physical therapy. And we do acknowledge sexual energy as an important topic and an aspect of life that it's important to be discussed, because it's what creates life, right?
Right.
So we understand that sexual energy is a very sacred energy, And that
one of the strongest energies.
A very powerful
Yeah,
energy,
very powerful energy.
because it has the power to create life. It has the power
To destroy
to generate electricity, and it has the power to renew life as well. And it also has the power to destroy it. So
Like I'm saying, it has an influential power.
if you use it in a dark way, which actually it has been used in a very dark way by very dark magicians who have turned sexuality on its head from being something pure and sacred and beautiful and healing and loving, and they have turned it into something perverted that is used for manipulation,
Weaponizing.
for weaponizing, for objectification, right? And all of that is the dark, the tantra of the world that has
So
taken
it
what's
can be used
sacred.
different. Yeah.
And now the reason why we're here is to switch to
And that's
flip
the
the
work
script.
that you do, is like
That's-
we're flipping the
yeah,
script.
we're flipping the
So
script.
I wanted to get into something else, because thank you so much. That was like that was like a chapter of knowledge on the chakras, honestly. That was like a paid session of learning, and it was a class on Tantra. But so how is it that you live your life? Like, what events do you do, or what is it exactly that you do in this regenerative work? Like, how does this look?
Oh my goodness, yes, thank you so much. I love that question. I'm just super grateful because I have a really incredible community and network of friends and beloved, dear soul family around the world. And I've created the Rainbow New Earth Alliance, which is an incredible network of New Earth leaders, architects of the blueprint for a more regenerative future. And we have different type of people in our network, from artists and musicians and healers and permaculturists to technologists and financial experts.
Because everything is needed.
Marketers and regenerative real estate specialists, and we have everything because everything is needed to generate the new
And
earth.
as she's talking about this, I mean, my mind's going to so much more things that, like subject matters that we need and we use all the time, but we don't realize that even those, we want to have a very holistic way of using it and living in it. So I'm definitely going to have the details to Rainbow G's and the description of how you can get tuned in and tapped into these things in your area of what you're specializing in. And how that looks in that type of environment. Some people have never ever heard of this,
Yeah, we're gonna have a directory with the Rainbow New Earth Alliance, and you'll be able to find different practitioners and from different parts of the world. Right now I am preparing a retreat in Guatemala, which is part of the prophetic Tao gathering, and this tribe of soul family are putting together a 1 month, 4-week event, and every week we're doing something that is just leveling us up as a humanity. The first week is the Tao Club activation, which is a Tao Club incubator, which is an incubator for the students like myself. I've been a student of the University of the Tao Club University, and I've been incubating the Rainbow New Earth Alliance. And so I'm going to continue my studies there. I'm going to take the blueprint to the next level, the structure, polish it, and then we're having a gathering. It's called The Gathering.
I'm excited because I'm really wanting to go to this. It's in Atlanta.
You're coming, and and Kaya needs all your support because we have sponsored the Goddess tickets. And I'll tell you more about this incredible event. But
it's in a beautiful. It's in Lake Atlanta.
I want to support her, bring her over. It's in Lake Atitlan. We're gonna have an incredible venue space, which is called Maestro Valley. This is a space where bioculture retreats operate, and they have the most amazing biohacking retreats. And if you don't know what that is, it's people that are just dedicated to their wellness 100%. So anything from like breath work to red light therapy to like ice baths to like the cleanest nutrition on the planet to like only having clean fabrics that are not toxic.
Oh, it goes deep.
Like no chemicals in your pots, and you like clean water, no fluoride. It goes really deep, right? So this venue is designed
and this
for that.
it goes deep, but this is how things were before water was perverted.
Yes.
Before corporations put poison in the food. So like this is actually going back to the clean sources that we didn't get to experience because we were robbed of that. So it's like recreating how to live naturally.
Yeah.
So our 7 generations later behind us can have those opportunities.
Yeah, because the problem about everything that we've been talking about, people feeling drained from their energy, maybe not motivated, maybe like their chakras are blocked, right? All of this is stemming from living in a toxic environment. So when we live in a toxic environment where there's genetically modified foods that hinder our capacity to heal, there's fluoride in the water, and there's chlorine or toxicity, or there's chemicals in the air, this actually clogs our brain.
Right.
It creates cancer cells.
And certain medications as well that aren't really needed. If they learn a different way of life before they put on medication, they could have not needed that medication.
Absolutely. And also stress is extremely debilitating and opposite to regenerating. It's degenerating, right?
Makes you age faster.
So if people are stuck in kind of like the hamster wheel, kind of just spinning their wheels, just trying to get by, this puts a lot of stress in the body. It puts a lot of stress in the mind.
And you can feel that.
And the soul. It literally sucks the light out of the soul, right? And so that is my why I'm creating this alliance and this retreat, is because I want to help people to heal from this. And I want to create a world that is beautiful, that we have water sources, regeneration happening in the soil with healthy food and abundance and natural capital, and we have free energy. And so the venue that we're going to be in, it's completely off the grid. It's like all the water systems are, harvested and cleansed right on the land. We're drinking the cleanest water. There's fruit trees everywhere. All the houses and the cabins are made with cob. We're going to have a cob builder come to teach us how to build with cob, which is a combination of clay and hay. Non-toxic.
So what she doesn't know is I was building a retreat a year ago in Mexico, and we were going on the style, and we were talking about the clay and working with that and stuff. So I was building a nature, pretty much what you're talking about, and for people to come in that are specialties in certain areas. Like I can't do all areas, but I can create a space that people can come in and do those things that I can't do.
Right.
We work together, right? So hearing this, it's like reaffirming. And if you've been guided that, you want to live a more natural life, that you've been called to live a way that is not what you're taught. So when you were speaking, you brought me to this like image I seen, and it was like boxes, and it was like a square has corners, and when you're in a square, you just see the corners, and it's set up to keep your mind blocked in. So homes are built and everywhere
like a box, squared.
So it's to keep you boxed in. And when you're talking about the wheel, because I was thinking this yesterday, why are houses not made round? In Africa, in that continent, in those countries, the huts are made round.
It's so
They're
much
rounded.
better. It feels soothing for your nervous system.
Even they're made round.
Absolutely, because if you notice in nature, there are no straight lines in nature. We have these palm trees, but they're even though they're lines, there's still a roundedness to them. Right?
There's still a curve.
There's a curvature. There's a natural curvature, and so we want to bring in more curvature into our living
Even our bodies are curved everywhere. Our shoulders are curved, our chins are curved, our cheeks. There's nothing that's squared off.
Straight, yeah.
Our rib cages are curved. Everything has a curve to it.
Absolutely.
So that just had me thinking, like, wow.
Straight angles are very jarring.
And they're not freeing.
But the reason why they're built like that is because they want to keep people in the straight line, not thinking outside the box.
And it's not a natural way to live.
And it's not. And it catches up with your system until you're feeling drained and exhausted.
So talking about a way to live.
Yeah.
When I visited the sanctuary, the Ascension Temple.
The Ascension Sanctuary.
Ascension Sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
When I visited, I was impressed because it's a house full of women.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I feel like you guys created a monarchy in a patriarch society.
A matriarchy?
Yeah, what did I say, monarch?
A monarchy.
Yeah, matriarch. She's got the right word.
A matriarchy.
And would you say that you live in a matriarch household?
We do.
Living in a patriarchic society?
Absolutely.
And how does this work? I mean, I have all girls, and like, it could get catty.
Have all your daughters.
It could get catty, and it could get two people want to manage the home, and then you have different ideas. And like, my mom always said, more than one woman can't be in the same household. But you live in a household of women, and it works.
Yeah, we've had our different stages, and it's worked throughout the different stages in different ways. And in other ways, when girls come and they find a new timeline, because it's not for everyone. Some women really want to go out and they want to have a family, they want to go have a baby, they want to go find a man. That's fine. This space is for you for the time that you need it. During a season, right? Like if you feel like you need to connect to your feminine energy, you need to live with other women, this space is there for you, right? To do that.
And that does help you to live in your feminine energy. As far as like being a single mother, I have to have a lot of masculine energy. I'm a very feminine person, but I have to be forced in the masculine, which makes me feel icky sometimes. Because I'm like, I don't like the way that just came out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the way my tone of voice was.
Right.
And I have to have a strong tone and certain
because the world kind of forces that into you in order for you to survive and to live in this planet. It's like you got to come up with specific resources, and you got to operate more in your.
Or you've been taught like you can't be good friends with women. Like they will stab you in the back. There's a lot of bad talk out there about women being friends.
Yeah, well, we have a strong sisterhood at the Ascension Sanctuary. Currently, it's Megan and I that are overseeing this space because we are strong women. In order to lead a space like this, you got to have a lot of self-centeredness. And you got to be very grounded.
And you have to have an agreement. You may not agree on every subject, but you can disagree and still live in harmony.
Yeah, sometimes we agree to disagree, right? And we can do that because we've learned how to become masterful in our emotions and how not to be swayed left and right and go into a turmoil with our emotions, right? So it takes a certain level of mastery. There has been women that maybe it's too much for them, it's too much for them, so they need to go and they need to do other things, and that's okay. Right now we're discovering the blueprint of what works and what doesn't work, and it's part of the living process of life. But what has worked is being able to understand each other, being able to understand that I may have a specific need, I may have a specific perspective, and my friend might have a different perspective, and we just got to meet in the middle, and we got to figure out where that middle ground is.
And it helps you to learn other ways that you were not thinking about.
Exactly.
Maybe you can open your mind and learn something like, I wasn't even thinking of that,
Absolutely. And we are creating a powerful blueprint right now that is supportive and that allows us to have the capacity to support another woman. We do have a third woman in the house right now that we are supporting. in her process as a single mother who hasn't had a place to live, and we've been sponsoring her to live in our space.
And that's beautiful. I mean,
because we have a
back.
solid strength between, you know, my sister Meg and I, and so we've been able to sponsor our third sister who has been fighting for her son, for the custody of her son, and has just needed a healing space to fortify her inner being.
So it's a safe place for a woman to be. It's a safe household for a woman to walk into. I mean, I felt the energy there. I felt how safe and grounding it was. And so do you usually hold things there with your work?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have different events. You know, we've had this house for 2 years. We've had up to 12 women living there. At one point, there was 12 of us.
12 women all together in one house.
We've gone through different.
It could be fun, though.
We've gone through different stages. There was, when we were the fullest, it was 12. Then at one point we were 6. 6 was okay. It was more balanced. 12 was like you're in a constant festival or something.
What she doesn't know is I lived in a home with 15 women and children.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's even more.
And we had our own rooms.
Yeah.
But we shared the dining room.
Yeah.
We shared the living spaces.
I mean, when it was happening, it was fun. It was dynamic.
Yeah.
You know, there was just a lot of movement all around the house, and you know, sometimes the girls were going out and putting on their beautiful princess dresses to go out into town. That was like my quiet time, so I would just stay home.
And it just changed your way. For me, during that time when I lived with that many women, I really actually used that time for inner healing and inner exploration and like making plans.
Absolutely.
It really was it kind of was like my safe little spot to go, and I can walk out my room and not feel like sometimes when you're on your own and you're a woman, it could be a scary world dealing with men. It could be like you don't know yet if how you're presenting is safe or how someone's intentions are. So sometimes you need that time in your life to get to know yourself, get to know your boundaries. Absolutely. That way when you're out, you can feel more confident. I know that helped me during that time.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you know, right now we're creating the blueprint to have a solid foundation so that we can be supportive to the women that need it. Like I have a little sister who's going through some specific challenges. She's going through some mental health issues, and a lot of it is because she hasn't learned Tantra. She hasn't learned how to ascend her energy and how to move it and how to transmute the darkness into the light, right? And so one of the things I'm wanting to is I'd like to take her under my wing and become a mentor for her and teach her and bring her to the sanctuary and teach her the ways. And that's an aspiration. And for that, we just need to have a really solid foundation.
Yeah.
And we're definitely very much there.
I find that that's the most difficult thing as family members. You learn things and you love your children, you love your family, and you're learning things and you want to just give them all this and say, oh, this is what you need or whatever. And like, usually it takes family to see you change and do things for them to like be like, okay, that really works.
Yeah.
Like they're the hardest people, and we sometimes do it for the love of them. Mm-hmm. And we're like, I wish they could just have this too. Like when you're working with other people, you're like, I wish that my sister can have this, or my daughter, or my mother, or whatever. And they seem to be like the more ones that are further away.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Sometimes with family, they're where they're at. There's certain karmas. There are certain elements that they're stuck in, and all we could really do is be our greatest version of ourselves, work towards ascending ourselves and healing our energy body and our body, our mind, our spirit, and become that strong pillar that can become a ray of light for them. And when they do need support, be there for them in a way where you're not compromising yourself, right? So that's what I've been working on. I've been working on fortifying myself so that I could be a strong daughter. I could be a strong sister. I could be there for my mom if she needs some support with certain things, then I can be there for her and assist, right? And still keep my center of strength.
Okay. So we've learned so much.
Thank you.
There's so much to unpack in that. I mean, there's so much wealth. I call these gold nuggets because there's something you can take from it and you can learn. But I'm also going to put all this information in the details because there's so much there. I mean, you got the Ascension Sanctuary. You got the Regenerative
Alliance. And I'm just going to showcase here. I just printed these. The Rainbow New Earth Camp.
And I will definitely have all this information in the description. So make sure you read the description because it will show you how to link to Rainbow G. It'll show you and in her link, it'll show you what she's working on, how she does her work, how you can either be a client and you can receive the body work.
Absolutely, yeah. There's different ways you can work with me. There, you might be a woman who wants to learn the tantric arts and you want to perhaps learn to facilitate. First, it means clearing out your own shit. It means fortifying your own vessel and embodying your own divine energy from within and becoming a strong healer. And maybe you are an overworked professional that has been behind the screens for too long, and you know you're feeling it in your shoulders and your neck and your lower back, and your body's feeling compressed and your energy chakras are completely locked or stagnant, and you feel like you need this ascension of energy. Then you can work with me and I'll be happy to support you in moving that energy, opening up your energy channels and allowing you to feel more free, more expansive, more fluid, and just happier and healthier. I could help you with that. And maybe you're ready to go out into a beautiful location and learn a new way of living that is regenerative. And if you're ready for that, then I can take you there too. So let's do it.
Let's do it. And I want to say as well, also go to one of those Earth Tantric days because you will get into the soil, you'll get dirty, you'll have some good food, just some coconut water, you'll have some juice, you'll have some vegan food, some curry, and you'll make new friends. You'll meet people that are in other walks of life who are doing other things as well. It's a beautiful thing. And so she has those days, and
I'll have those days locally, and then the camp out that we're doing, it's not a camp out, it's just called a camp, but it's a beautiful retreat. It's the Rainbow New Earth Camp, and that's a full week of Earth Tantra. But I also have them locally as well, so we'll definitely keep you in the loop.
I'll be inviting her to my place to do one of those. And near the Mineral Springs.
Absolutely. That's one of the things we want to do, is we want to have these activations.
We love you guys. Thank you for watching this edition. I hope the volume's okay. We have a door opening and closing this whole time. We've had music. I know. I want to go see Ricky, and I want to go see some people at the massage. I'm sure Rainbow does too. So thank you so much for tuning in.
We love you.
Heart, love, subscribe, share this, and let me give you a big hug. I always want the person to say what is it that you are desiring or believing for your life, so we can stand in agreement and we can all be in agreement with Rainbow G, with Angie, for that to just have
what I'm wanting in my life is to live in nature, in the naturally built environment with our sacred temple complex built out. This is another podcast, but it's an 8-temple complex with a bathhouse and a temple for the women, a temple for the men, a temple for the children, for earth learning, for earth skills, a temple for the elders. In Guatemala, we're going to be building one of our temples for the elders, for longevity and for peaceful transitions.
And I'm a hospice nurse. I do that for a living.
That's good to know.
Midwifery, and
I want to be able to help my mom transition when her moment comes in a peaceful
I
environment.
have definitely done that with loved ones and with friends. So we're going to believe that. Earth, eight temple.
The 8 temple, sacred temple complex.
Eight
with a
temple,
medicine,
sacred temple complex.
A medicine temple, a movement temple. We're going to go into a medicine temple. It's an apothecary with all the most incredible elixirs.
I can already smell it.
Oh my God, just everything.
So
all the goodness.
I'm joining her vision. I can see it, I can smell it, I can feel it, I can taste it.
And we're going to be hanging from the silks in the movement temple, just like flying everywhere.
Do you see what I mean about divine feminine
flipping
energy?
around.
She just reeks of it. It just drips from her. Divine feminine energy. So we're gonna believe that. We're gonna believe that 8 temple
complex.
8 temple complex.
Sacred temple
Sacred temple complex. One love. Peace out. And thank you so much for being with us. Like, subscribe, join.
Till next time.
Join the flow.